What's up, Sag? Welcome to your November 2018 general read. This is going to be perfect for you if you are a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If this doesn't resonate with you, please check out your other signs. Sometimes the other signs just do better, right? This can't resonate with everybody every month, okay? Also, be sure to check out your Sagittarius love read if that's something you're interested in. The link will be down below in the description box, okay? So let's just move along. This month, I did something a little bit different. I got these new deck of cards, the Animal Spirit Guide ones, for my dear friend for my birthday, so I wanted to use them. And the animal spirit that you guys need to embody this month for November is the starfish, which is a very beautiful card. So obviously starfish, this is the water energy, but starfish reminds us it reminds us to go deeper into the surface, right? Because most of the times we definitely admire the starfish for its outward appearance, but there's so much more to it, right? Starfishes also have the ability to regenerate their limbs, right? So it really talks about being able to regenerate yourself and renew yourself and really look past what's on the surface, right? It's not so surface based. It's not so shallow based. It's about going and digging deep to the core of something and finding the beauty in that, right? So with that, it's funny that you guys got that card because I do see that you guys are really focusing on the foundations in your life this month. It feels like it's just a really big month of, I feel like Sag, you guys have been on it, really trying to figure out what's going to work for you in the long run, right? And not trying to do it in a selfish way, but really being fair in what you guys need to do in order to make you guys happy, right? And you guys have had some distractions along the way, but I really feel like you guys are just really focused on your foundations at this point still. I feel like being very mindful of the relationships that you have in your life and the connections with the people you have in your life, that's going to be a big deal, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. A lot of you guys may be cleaning house in terms of friendships or being a little bit more mindful in certain friendships. Like maybe there's friends that you have that are great when it comes to like having fun and going out, but maybe they aren't the type that you can like be so involved and tell your business to or something like that. I just see like there's shifting in partnerships, shifting in friendships. You guys are digging really deep right now, and that's really great. It also makes sense because this is the month before your season, right? So generally it's like whenever we have our birthdays, a lot of us you'll see start to dig deep and like really kind of reevaluate again, like what do we want, where are we headed, where are we going, what's this doing, that kind of stuff. So it feels like there's a lot of that energy going on, but definitely Spirit is asking you to dig deep this month, not to be shallow, to really look deep into what is under the surface, not being superficial, but finding the beauty deep within something, and also being able to rebuild yourself when necessary, So that's really, really good. Now, so the unseen energy, you guys have a victory, which is really good. So this is what's at the bottom of the deck. So this is very much, again, I feel like you guys are being noticed. I feel like you guys are being seen. I feel like you guys are getting victories all over the place, little small ones. It could be just getting more mention at work. I feel like if you guys are going out, like with friends, people are noticing you more and you're feeling really good, feeling really confident. So that's really good. It feels like you guys have stepped into a place where you are just being very clear about what it is that you want, who you are, and what you bring to the table, whatever table that is. And you guys are kind of sitting back and letting things happen for you, right? So you got the King of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles. So again, it's just a very discerning, very clear, very blunt energy. This person is very logical, very smart, very mature in their decisions, and very much thinks about community, right? They think about everybody. They think about what's logical, but they also very much go by law. I just feel like you guys are being very clear on what it is that's important to you, right? If there are efforts that you guys have been putting in, I feel like this is the time, again, that you'll start to see some of your harvest from it, right? That Seven of Pentacles, it feels like you guys have some opportunities for some money rolling in coming this month, which is really, really good. especially if it's, especially for those of you who may be working for yourself. I do feel like there's some really good opportunities coming in, especially with money. But it feels like you guys have come into a place of really wanting to take action, right? Because you guys in the recent past have the King of Wands energy, which is definitely your energy, right? Wands energy, fire energy. It feels like you guys are taking control. And with that, because where fire energy can be a little bit more impulsive, you guys are definitely taking your mind with you with that King of Swords energy. So definitely being, passionate about whatever it is that you're doing right now. Definitely calling the shots, being charismatic, being seen, being likable, but also being very fact-based, being very to the point, being very discerning. And again, I feel like you guys are starting to see your efforts materialize, right? Whatever this is, it's required a lot of patience from you guys, which I know Sag can struggle a little bit with the patience. But I feel like you guys are doing okay. That's really, really good. Now, again, you guys are really all about building your foundations right now, right? You guys have the Empress card. So Empress, she's all about creation. She's all about building her foundation. She's about getting what she wants and not efforting much, right? She is very much like, she reminds me of law of attraction, because she's someone who good things happen to her and around her and for her because she gives the energy of it, right? It's like, even if there are people who are negative around her, it really can't phase her, and it really just kind of bounces off of her because she's vibrating at such a high frequency that only so many people can touch her, right? And she's not doing it by trying hard. She's just doing it by being. This person, this Empress energy, sees beauty in everything. She nurtures everything. She knows how to nurture other people. She knows how to nurture herself, right? She's very much someone who takes good care of herself and others, and she shows you what's important to her by the way that she treats herself, right? This is Libra and Taurus energy, right? Because this card is ruled by Venus. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So I always think of that. So there could be a Taurus or Libra on your mind or in your life, that's influential. Some of you guys maybe, I just feel like you're thinking about things very future forward, really thinking about how you want your life to be set up. Some of you guys may be thinking about children and what that looks like in your life for you. Some of you guys may be thinking about marriage. Some of you guys may be thinking about buying a home. Some of you guys may be thinking about creating your own business. So you guys are in creation mode. You're in creation mode. And I do feel like for some of you guys, like let's say if there's like something that you've always wanted to do and maybe avoided in the past, it's like now it's coming up. Now it's coming up. The Seven of Swords can be your typical cheat, thief, that kind of energy, but it's also just a card of avoidance. It's also a card of like self-sabotage. So if there was something that you wanted to do, I feel like there's something that some of you may have been very passionate about in the past, right? Something that really gets your creative juices flowing. Look at all that orange and all that yellow, right? Something that really makes you feel good and powerful and creative. And I just feel like there was a little bit of avoiding it. Maybe feeling like it wasn't the practical thing to do. Maybe feeling like you weren't good enough to do it. Maybe feeling like whatever. But it just feels like there was an avoidance and self-sabotaging energy around it. But I feel like what Spirit's saying is now is the time to really act on it. It's like with this King of Wand energy and King of Swords energy, right now you are communicative enough, you're intellectual enough, you're smart enough, you're straightforward enough, you're passionate enough, you're charming enough, you've got enough connections, you're creative enough at this time, right? It's like things are really starting to happen. So if there's something that you guys have been kind of pausing on and waiting on to get off the ground, this might be a good time to reconsider. Again, I do feel like this is more strongly for things that you've maybe already had it in your heart to do in the past. maybe nothing new at this time, especially not when Mercury goes into retrograde. And I'm not one to say like, don't do anything new, but you know, just it's very important that you do double, triple, quadruple check certain things, especially when it comes to the way you're communicating with others, because it can go a little wonky at that time. And Mercury goes retrograde this month on the 17th, I believe. So that's something to look out for. But yeah, a lot of you guys it feels like if there's something that you've wanted, really, really wanted, really had your eyes set on, something that really made you feel good, something that allowed you to use your creativity, but something that basically you talked yourself out of, or, you know, you self-sabotage or you avoided, it's time to look into that, because there may be different ways. I feel like you could be getting different ideas on how to do something. So maybe if it was something that, I don't know, I just feel like you're getting, like pay attention to signs, pay attention to your thoughts, because I feel like there are things and ideas that want to come in, right? With this Queen of Cups energy, definitely be paying attention to your intuition. Maybe be paying attention to your dreams. You might be getting some ideas of this in dreamland, like when you guys are sleeping. But really, this Queen of Cups, yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be getting more intuitive or feeling more intuitive towards the end of this month, right? Like when we get closer into actually your season, I feel like your creativity and your intuition is going to kick up a notch. I feel like you guys are going to actually feel a really big boost of that. Yeah. And I do feel like there will be things that you are aligning yourself with that you're feeling really good about on an emotional level. Things that feel like emotionally good to be there. Now, there may be a little bit of resistance on making a decision about something, because you guys do have the Two of Swords. So this for me is someone who is blind, like they're so caught up in their head, they're blinded, they block their heart off type thing. There may be some extra information on something that you guys are needing with this moon up here in the corner, but it feels like what's going to be important for you to battle this out. If there is something that you guys are needing to decide on, and maybe you've been stalling in doing it, it's going to be very important that you guys are using your intuition and staying within this King of Cups. Or I'm sorry, King of Swords energy as well. It's like you want to be very logical and very discerning and you know, all that, but take your intuition with you. It's going to be really important that you use both of those this month in making a decision in something over something. I do feel like you guys will be making a head over heart decision though, whatever this thing is, whether it's love or like a work opportunity. It's like, I feel like you guys are going to be using more of your mind, but make sure it's something that feels good too. Because you guys have opportunity to really align yourself with some beautiful things here. Some of you guys might be getting into your religion more, right? Some of you guys might be coming into a different religion. Some of you guys might be coming into a more stable place in your relationship, right? With this Empress card and this Hierophant card, it's like you guys could be really, again, trying to build your family. Some of you guys might be expecting a baby. But I feel like there's someone around you that wants like a traditional situation with you. Like say if this is love, there's someone around you that wants more of a love in a more of a traditional sense. That could be you too, but I feel like it's someone around you. Now, I'm going to clarify that. And then above that, you guys got the Four of Wands. So again, you guys are really focused on your foundations right now. You guys are really focused on building your home right now. Really focused on the partnerships that are in your life that are important and keeping those solid. I just really feel like this is a month that you guys are really looking at the things that are super important to you and really, really only giving those things the attention and kind of cutting off the other things. I feel like a lot of you guys are letting go of fears that you had, again, that were keeping you from moving forward. that were keeping you in this place of self-sabotage. Because what you have ahead of you, I'm not sure what this is, I'm going to clarify, but whatever it is, I feel like there's alignment there with you. Some of you may be in a place where you are like just questioning everything you've ever learned, right? All the things that you grew up believing, you know, from your family or whatever in terms of religion or traditions. Like some of you guys might be really testing that this month. Like, I mean, it's the month of Thanksgiving. Like maybe y'all aren't going to show up. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are now this is the year where you're ready to step up and host and like, you know, be the hostess with the mostest and like have people over. Yeah. And then, so communication coming in, Page of Swords towards the end of the month, which I'm going to clarify that too. But as we know, that's typically like communication that is either premature or immature in a certain way. It could be ignorant in a certain way. It lacks knowledge in something. Look into that. Hold on. What is this Empress card that Sagittarius got? Chariot. So yeah, you guys are really moving forward and building your life, right? Chariot energy is fast moving energy of success. It's moving, it's energy of balance. It's energy of, you know, duality, right? It's very much about moving forward though and successfully. There could be Cancer energy somewhere around you influencing you. Again, could be Taurus, Libra. There could be a Taurus or Libra that you want to move forward with in some type of way, whether it be a work situation or building your home. Again, yeah, look, Four of Wands. You guys really want to build a foundation with something. You guys are really in a place where you are forward thinking. I feel like you're not really letting distractions get in your way, okay? So with this Seven of Swords, you guys got Three of Swords. Yeah, so look, if there was heartbreak or something in the past that kind of held you up, I feel like you guys are, first of all, if there was anything in the past that kind of hurt your feelings, left you heartbroken, or left you arguing with people, I feel like you're avoiding that, right? See how he's running away from the drama, running away from the BS. But again, this could have been all in your head, right, with these swords. I do feel like a lot of you guys, it did have to do with the love situation. Maybe there was an air sign person in the past that you were dealing with, and maybe at this time too, you're just trying to avoid communication because it's like you're just trying to move forward, right? And there's just too much turbulence with that situation, too much hurt, too much something. But any kind of self-sabotage that you guys have been doing to yourselves in the past, and like reminding yourself of this heartbreak or being so sad about something to the point of paralysis where you can't move, I feel like you guys are moving on from that. It's like you've got greater things, you've got victories ahead in your mind, and I feel like you guys are finally in a place where you're not letting weird stuff get in the way, right? So with this Two of Swords, you guys got the Two of Swords again. Okay, this is really indicating, it's like double that it's going to be important that some decision has to be made this month. Something that, again, I feel like you were avoiding. Maybe you're avoiding because you don't want to hurt somebody, you don't want to be hurt, but it seems like there's something that you were avoiding or have been avoiding in the past that you need to like come correct on, right? And with this two of Swords together, it super symbolizes that. Now, with the Hierophant, you got the Sun card. So again, I do feel like you guys are going to be connecting to someone who makes you really happy. Again, it could be a Taurus because you got the Hierophant and you got the Empress. Remember I said the Empress could be Taurus energy too? Maybe you guys meet a Taurus. Someone who some of you guys are starting a family with, wanting to start a family with, someone you feel very passionate about for some of you. But as an energy as a whole, I feel like you guys are really connecting with things that make you feel good, right? Being in a really good place, being in a happy place. getting over past hurdles and past traumas that have kept you down, right? The Sun card is about everything coming to light and being illuminated and just happiness all around, celebrations all around. So I do feel like you guys are really coming into a space and connecting with people and things that are going to make you ultimately happy and where you feel aligned and like yourself, okay? So, and then Page of Swords. Eight of Swords. So, this, for me, feels like going back to this Two of Swords down here. Again, if there is something that you guys are stuck on, a situation that you have been stuck on, something that you need to decide, I feel like you guys are going to be cutting through that come the end of this month. You're going to be cutting through those swords, right? We're going to be done with being stuck, right? Because the Page of Swords is just like cutting through the bullshit. Now, it's immature and it's in its way of doing it, but sometimes that kind of energy is necessary. Now, at the end of that, at the bottom of the deck, you guys have the Six of Swords. This is moving on from something that's been difficult to move on to something that's, you know, flows a little bit easier. So if there are difficult people or situations in your life that you are finally deciding, like, you know what, it's unfortunate, but it's not necessary. I don't have to be here. I don't have to deal with this. It's just a distraction. I've got all these things I'm trying to do and accomplish and be, and I can't do it with there, right? There may be a time that you guys are doing that, and that's fine. That's fine. It looks like it's for your highest good, right? And right in time for your birthday season, because you just really don't have time to be feeling like you have people around you who take advantage of you or don't appreciate you or just are toxic for you in whatever way right before your birthday, right? So you guys got partnership card, okay? So it says, allow healthful, supportive partnerships in your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Again, so what did I say about, like, I feel like this month, especially with the Starfish card, I feel like this is a month of you guys really digging deep, you know, below the surface of things, and really a lot of you guys are reevaluating some of these partnerships that you have, right? You guys are digging deep. You guys are, you know, not being so surface. You guys are really about building your foundations at this time, and I just feel like you're not letting anything get in the way. Even if there's just even a little bit of confusion, you're just like, There's swords everywhere. You're cutting everywhere, right? But it's for the greater good. You guys have victory, right? And so much communication, clarity, truth, victory. This is a really good month to set you guys up for your birthday, okay? So, if you guys are interested in love, please check out your love reading. I will have the links below, and I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Sag. Bye.